seeing a lot of things online where they're like, I don't understand how someone could allow something to happen to them like this. But I can see it because I see it all the time.
Well, you know what? One thing that comes to my mind, Tierra KJ Williams, that's who I'm talking to, by the way. One thing that comes to my mind about this is I think that there's room to have a discussion about joint accountability.
Mm.
Not to the point where you let Diddy off the hook at all, and not to the point where you either completely victim blame or whatever it is, right? Like I
Mhm.
think, or I think all that's kind of too much and not right. I would say that there is a conversation that has to be had about the obvious things, like a common sense conversation. And by the way, I want everybody to kind of give me a yes in the chat if you agree that an all black B1 intelligent black conversation about this has to be different from a mainstream media conversation. Give me a yes if you agree, if we can have a common sense conversation where we're not
Mhm.
trying to be politically correct. We're not, trying to just sort of fit whatever the media narrative is. I want to really understand this so we can protect our kids, right?
Mhm.
I want to understand this so we can protect our men, protect our women. Because even Diddy, to some extent, I'm not saying he's a victim now, but he started as a victim of a culture that somehow helped him to conclude that it was okay to just break every boundary and go out here and act a damn fool and put yourself in a situation where you might be facing 100 years in prison. I don't care if anybody says I'm gonna start right there, and I hope everyone gets why I'm starting here. Diddy is not a stupid man. Give me a yes if we can agree on that. He's a talented man. Give me a yes if you think that he has talent. Give me a yes if you think he could have been an executive of any kind of company. He was a leader, right? So the biggest question I think that black people have to start with, one of the big questions is, just starting on the Diddy side of things, is how do you take a super talented young black man, who could have been one of our very best, and turn him into what looks like the freaking devil? Turn him into a weird, perverted, crazy lunatic who's accused of blowing up people's cars, beating up on women, taking men's booties in the middle of the night, having a whole bathroom full of baby oil. I mean, just keeping it real. Like, that's what it is. It's crazy. He's described now. He's been reduced from a guy who's on the cover of Forbes magazine to being like one of the most degenerate human beings on the planet. Right? I mean, he's a notch above a Jeffrey Dahmer type. Right? He just didn't kill anybody. Well, see, scratch that. I messed that up. Right? He's accused of killing people. Right? So, because all those people that died in his circle. So my point is to start by saying, we got to look at the culture, man. We do. This culture, this crazy, this sort of anything goes sort of lifestyle, and this idea, where you are young and black and you sit in an office of a Clive Davis or something, and they make you somehow believe that it's okay for you to act this way, where Diddy really needed to have, some older black male in particular, I believe, who was in his ear saying, "Don't you fall for what those white folks are handing you. Don't you fall for the banana in the tailpipe, brother, because if you do," and that's a funny analogy, right? The banana in the tailpipe.
Boy,
It's
don't start.
the joke tells
Don't
itself.
start.
The joke tells itself. So anyway, you need a mentor. You need a real mentor that really cares about you and doesn't care about all the fame and the BS. Who's going to say, don't you do that, black man?